met Mr. Errington when I was 10 years of age. Our family had just emigrated from Scotland, and from that time I can't believe how positive an influence that he's been on my life and my career. I can't believe he's 75 already. It's just fantastic.
I first met Alan when I was 15 years old, a long time ago, about 35 years ago. First impression was I couldn't understand his accent, and after that, actually, he's an awesome, I'd say he was a better person than he was a coach, and he was a great coach. It just tells you a little bit about what we thought as a player about Alan Errington.
He came to coach our youth soccer team. We played in Abbotsford, and we found out we had this new coach coming, and I had no idea who he was. I didn't know too much about him, but he made a real impression on me and a lot of our teammates very early on. Anyone who's gotten to know Alan knows that he is a character, and that was one of the first things that stood out for myself and our teammates. He was, like, I had fun. We were all a bunch of young athletic kids, very ambitious, looking to play, and he suited us perfectly.
I played youth soccer in Pitt Meadows, actually, and my dad would bring him out to guest coach a couple sessions for my dad, and that's how I first met him. And then I don't even know if Al will remember this, but I was refereeing one of his games, one of his U18 teams, and he came up to me one day and asked me if I wanted to play for UFV, so I took him up on it.
Certainly when I was much younger playing for the provincial team, Alan was the provincial head coach, and Alan thankfully lived quite close to where we lived as a family, and he used to come and pick me up, and he said one night that I'll come and pick you up, I'm in a vet, a red vet, and of course I'm expecting the sports car, and it was a red Chevette that he pulled up in, and then he had an almighty station wagon that was like something out of the Griswold's vacation, Animal House Vacation, and this car was bigger than some of the villages in Scotland, but Alan loved it. It had about 8 miles to the gallon, and I just remember this huge big car and him having all the gadgets that he normally does have in his office. He had all those gadgets in that big car.
I can't remember what year it was, but Alan got a GPS. So we were on the bus going from Saskatchewan to Edmonton, due to arrive late at night, and Alan had his GPS, so we were all set. We knew exactly where we were going. He could get us there. Didn't need the bus driver to get us there. Al had his GPS, so it was great. So we're nearly into Edmonton. We start going down this street, about to cross a bridge, and the bus stops. And we all kind of perk up. What's going on? What's going on? Turns out the bus is too tall to go underneath this bridge. So the bus has to stop traffic. We have to get out, back up on this one-way bridge going across the river, back up the bus, get us back onto the right track. We get there, everyone has a laugh. Aha, Alan, your GPS is great. So next year, same trip, same destination, same route. Al says, I got my GPS, but don't worry, I've got the route mapped out. So what happened, sure enough, about 11 o'clock at night, same as usual, we get there, bus stops. We all look up, we're on the same bridge, doing the same thing. Had to turn around the same exact way, and I don't think he's used his GPS on a trip that I'd been on since.
It'll be more of a broader story than a specific one, I think, and it's just the energy that Al brings to everything he does to do with soccer, and specifically with Abbotsford soccer. As it's probably known, he coached a national champion twice in a row here in Abbotsford many years ago, and that's an exciting highlight for our club, of course, but the fact that he's here and has worked so hard with so many of our kids is a real testament to him, and if I was going to pick one highlight, that would be it. It's just the broad impact that he's had on so many kids, so many coaches for our club and our community.
I think Alan Errington single-handedly, I would imagine, across Canada has had more impact on not just soccer players but elite soccer players in British Columbia for as long as I can remember. His positivity, his knowledge of the game, and just his mannerisms with people in general is absolutely fantastic, and a lot of young soccer players have got a lot to thank Alan Errington for. He's just a magnificent person. He's been a great friend and colleague, and a huge influence on my career as well, I can tell you. At 14 years of age, he told me I was too short, too slow, and too fat, and it's still an accurate assessment now, but Alan has got a heart of gold and a huge influence, and he'll be sadly missed.
The Abbotsford legacy would be the common sense that he brought to the club, the common sense soccer approach, and player first, and just the dynamic and enthusiasm he brought to the club, and the fact that Canadian kids can do it given the right circumstances.
Having a fairly long soccer career, right from youth to senior soccer, the one thing I really appreciate about Alan is he treated everyone the same, equally, whether you're struggling out there or you weren't struggling. Treat you with respect as a human, and as a top performing athlete, you know what we can do, and we sometimes take a day off. He understood that about being an athlete, and he made room for that, so you always played your hardest for him. I'd say Al's probably one of the top 2 coaches that I've ever played for.
At UFV in particular, he's had a lasting impact. I think he's turned the program around from its early stages, where it was just a bunch of guys turning up, and he's turned it into a force to be reckoned with in Canada West.
There's been lots of players for this team and all that who have been better than what maybe the province or the national team thinks of them, and Al is the kind of coach that, you know, tells our players that they're better than that. He knows he can spot out sheer talent, and there's been guys on our team who he's took to the next level because he believes in them.
Yeah, stop supporting Newcastle United, it's not good for your health. Definitely he's been a troubled man supporting that little club in the English Premier League for many years. And stay out of Ruth's way, you'll just be an inconvenience in the house, get out. And he's coaching some under-13 boys team out in Metro Ford, I believe, and that'll keep him busy, that'll keep him out of Ruth's way.
My advice for Alan upon retirement is carry on doing what he's doing. He's enjoying life, obviously, and always has, and he's got great health, and he's got a fantastic attitude for life, and I wish him the very best in all he does.
If I can give him any advice, maybe just stay off Twitter. He's quite a character on there, and I know it's landed him some hot water, so we'll see how he goes after retirement.
I'd just like to say thanks, Al, for the best 5 years of my life. UFV has been a great experience, and I know I'm glad that I finished my last 5th year here with you at UFV. Thanks.